week of Comics Should Smell Good. This is our weekly recommendations video here from Seattle, Washington. Next to me is Howard, our singing and dancing fool over here of Zanadu Comics.
I promise no singing tonight.
Yes. So joining me because Morgan has a case of, well, something that you can catch down a dark alley. But we're not going to go into that. Not going to go into that. So, starting off this week...
Let's smell some comics.
That's right. That's right. What smells good this week? And I think we're going to start with some pulp. Black Beetle, Francesco Francavilla. This is the third issue. You've probably read about this online. Lots of people are talking about it. It's really, really good. It is glorious, fluorescent 1920s, 30s noir pulp adventure. And it's, you know... What Francavilla does, it's like movies, you know. I mean, he writes written and directed. I mean, it's just a whole package. You got a nice, like, old-timey kind of radio clock, and it's just nice, you know, nightclub and sultry women and yeah, gangsters, you know, violence. It's
cool. Good
pulp stuff. Very good.
And, you know, if 20s, 30s pulp isn't good enough for you, we've got 40s, 50s pulp with the 5 Ghosts. The Haunting of Fabian Gray. We've got the second printing of number 1 back in stock, and we got issue number 2 came out this week as well. Fabian Gray is haunted by the ghosts of 5 literary characters. There's a wizard, an investigator, an archer, a samurai, and a vampire. Yes, and he, this is a great little, very, like I say, more 40s, 50s pulp style. These ghosts inhabit his body, and he can channel their powers to help in his investigations. He's kind of a soldier of fortune, treasure hunter type character. A lot of fun.
Blood for the Spider God is the main purpose that we're trying to get forth here with this series.
Blood for the Spider God.
Blood for the Spider God. A re-release from DC, Paul Pope's glorious Batman Year 100, the greatest cyberpunk Batman comic ever committed to paper. Well, maybe the only cyberpunk Batman comic, but
there was another one, but we tried to forget that.
Yeah, so. This one was good. And, you know, everybody, if you don't know Paul Pope recently put out a book called One Trick Ripoff, and other stories, which is a re-release of some of his stuff from the 90s. And this is a bit different, where you're going from his really, really dark, inky, artsy, you know, angsty kind of 90s stuff to, holy crap, I'm drawing Batman, and I'm gonna do whatever I want. But yeah, I mean, we're talking like, you know, cyber hounds of hell, and Batman has a super sweet motorcycle that is really 90s and really cyberpunk and super, super awesome. The colors in this are all like weird fluorescence and neons, and there's lots of dark alleys, everything that you would want from Paul Pope. Once again, all in a nice package, 20 bucks instead of the 30 or 40 or however much it was going when it was out of print. So,
there you go.
Glad to be back with that.
Also from DC Comics this week, they've collected the 12-issue run of Smallville Season 11. If you enjoyed Smallville on TV and only got through the first 10 seasons on TV, you may have been reading this online. It was part of DC's digital comics first stuff, but it is now collected in one nice square-bound volume that you can keep on your bookshelf. Go back and revisit it anytime you want, even when the power is out. Just light a candle and you can still read it. It does pick up right at the right where season 10 ended on the TV series, and it goes forward, bringing back our good friend Lex Luthor, bringing in satellite guardians to protect the Earth. That Luthor's involved. Not much protection there. Check it out.
Certainly not. Certainly not. Speaking of mad scientists who may or may not be bald, we have Manhattan Projects, which the second trade of this is finally out. This takes you up to the current issue, which I was quite surprised about. But yeah, I mean, this is Jonathan Hickman's wildly popular Super Science Gone Wrong series from Image, with art by Nick Pitarra and colors by Jordi Belair. And she might as well have, like, main art credit on this volume, because, I mean, the colors are really what grab you. I mean, it's all these blues and reds, and it just really uses the colors to evoke serious emotion, and you've got like angry brains in jars fighting against Werner von Braun's in, you know,
in blues and reds.
Yes, it's gorgeous, and this whole thing, you got this nice like sickly orange kind of skull on the front. I mean, and you know, it smells sciencey. It's very fun. It's fantastical, and it's Jonathan Hickman. It's, yeah, you've been waiting for that.
We got cute stuff this week too. New book from Red 5 Comics, Bodhi Troll. The Bodhi Troll is cute, adorable, just you want to huggle and squeeze and snuggle. He's a troll. He lives under the bridge. His job is to scare people off the bridge, but he just can't get it to work right. Poor Bodhi. He is he's loved by everyone in the village, much to his chagrin. It's a wonderful take on the old Casper, you know, I want to scare you, but I'm too lovable type thing.
Yeah.
But really in a nice package for today's more discriminating reader. Nice tweaky art. I really liked it. Picked it up and read it in my lunch break, and I think it's going to do well. It's a done in one, so you get the full story in one issue, and there are more coming on the way.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice break from the ultra-violence that we usually promote
and
here.
there's plenty of ultra-violence in there, too. It's just cute ultra-violence.
Well, to make up for the ultra-violence quota that is lacking, this is the 5th issue of Danger Club. This is picking up on Image series from mid last year or so by Eric Landry, or Landry Walker and Eric Jones. And this is amazing next generation superhero stuff. Basically, the first trade came out, and it was 4 issues where all of the adult superheroes are gone, and, you know, great catastrophe is coming to the world, and their kids have to stop it. They fail horribly. People die left and right. Their children, it's, you know, this is like Battle Royale here. And this issue, for the first start of what appears to be a new story arc, it's the President of the United States, who is an old man ex-superhero who beats the living crap out of what is pretty much John Connor as a Terminator. And it ends with, well, I'm not quite sure how they're going to do another issue. I mean, it's just kind of like... Yeah, there's great cosmic catastrophe, and yeah. So, ultraviolence, very, very cool. I don't know about good jumping on point, but, you know, it's still a good ride. So, Danger Club, definitely.
What else do I have here? Oh, the Miniature Jesus.
Oh, yes.
From Image Comics in their slightly oversized format. Black and white. It is Ted Mckeever is back doing a ongoing series. Ted Mckeever, Metropole,
Eddie Curran recently did Mondo about chicken radiation.
Very much so. Good to see he's still working and still getting work and still has an amazing imagination. 2 parallel storylines running here. One follows a recovering alcoholic who is facing his demons, who appear in various forms. One's a dead mummified cat comes to life and talks to him. The little demon on the shoulder type thing pops up and talks to him. And he's really concerned that when the little demon on the shoulder pops up, the little angel on the shoulder doesn't pop up. And he's wondering where that little angel is. Well, the parallel story is a fire and brimstone preacher in his little one-room church by the side of the road with one parishioner listening to his sermon. When he gets fired up, all of a sudden the Jesus on the crucifix decides to come down off the cross and talk to him. So I'm wondering if that's where the 2 parallel stories are going to be meeting up, but we'll see as we progress along.
Ted Mckeever, you never know.
You never know. But it is a really cool first issue. Gives a lot of, you know, Walt Whitman quotes and surly convenience store owners in the same book. What are you going to say?
High class from
Check
Ted
it out.
McKeever. Certainly. This big bad boy. Finally, after uncounted years of not being collected in one giant book, and yes, this could be bigger. I will agree with you on that. It could be like this big, but, you know, we take what we can get. This is I'm pretty sure I'm going to say almost every martial law story that has been done by Pat Mills and Kevin O'Neill. Kevin O'Neill, very popular artist of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Probably know him from that. This is whereas League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, it's very weird and angular, but it's very artsy, you know, at the same time. This is just dirty. It's just violent, and it's just mean and cruel and stupid and fun. I mean, look at this guy. He's totally ridiculous. He's got, like, a bull nose, and it says, "Nuke me slowly." And basically, martial law this is kind of where the idea that a lot of the superhero-hating books kind of have come from, where, like, you know, for Garth Ennis doing The Boys, where you've got, like, a team of people who are just out to police superheroes, stuff like that. It originated here. This is martial law who has to fight against the Jesus League of America, who, you know, doesn't really have America's best interest at heart, at least not yours. But yeah, and it's totally wacky, it's totally bizarre, and it just has such an energy that Kevin O'Neill imbues into this stuff, and it's just got like that like Death Race 2000 like 80s nasty action movie sci-fi thing going on. Like, this is definitely reminds me of Copra a little bit, actually, a little bit of Copra in that, this in Copra. But yeah, it's $50. It's oversized. You can't even get the trades or find the issues for $50. Do yourself a favor, buy martial law, or he will show up at your house. And
you wouldn't want that.
You wouldn't want that.
You wouldn't want that at all.
No.
You know, one reason I love sitting in on the videos here is that I get to talk about my favorite book coming out these days, and that would be Popeye Classics, the Bud Sagendorf. And look what they've done. The folks at Yo Studios have put them all together in this gorgeous, gorgeous hardback collection. Only $30 for this thing. It collects, looks like the first 12 Sagendorf issues.
That's a lot of comic.
It is a lot of comic for a little, you know, dollar amount. But it's got some great additional things in the front. Some Bud Sagendorf greeting cards that he had sent to friends. Little bits and pieces of things. But Sagendorf basically took the best of L.C. Seeger's Thimble Theater Popeye stories and translated them into an ongoing comic book series in the 1940s and 50s, I believe. And he looked like, I think he even outdid L.C. Seeger in the presentation of Popeye. This is not your typical, you know, Popeye TV cartoon Popeye. This is the Popeye who goes on adventures, who faces off against the sea hag, who tries to keep his adopted son Sweepy out of trouble. Sweepy, who is even more powerful than Popeye when he's head of Spinach. It is just some really hilarious stuff. Lots of fun. Nice package.
Yo Studios, they always do really high quality.
Really high quality stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. And finishing it off,
Copra.
I mean, you know, hey, it's Copra. We couldn't have another video without Copra. So no, this is not quite new Copra. We're almost there. I know, I'm jonesing too. But issues 1 through 3 have sold out completely. So if you have yours, they're worth thousands of dollars, and, you know, hold on to them for 50 years. But yeah, so this is the first 3 issues, all collected together for $12, which is less than what you would pay for the single issues, especially now that they're out of print. And yeah, you know, if you haven't caught one of these videos before, Copra is absolutely one of the best things coming out. It reminds me of being a kid reading comics. It's like, you know, when you've found that one part of a comic when you were a kid and you lost it and you can never find the other pieces again, ever. And you always wondered what that story was. And it was always way better in your mind, because if you ever found it, it'd just be some crappy, you know, like Jim Lee comic or whatever, you know, something like that. But Michael Fife, he actually takes it and, like, makes the story out of it. He makes it as cool as that you remember that it could be. I mean, this one has Doctor Strange in it, and it's got the introduction of the whole team, which, you know, kind of gets trashed by the end of the first issue, but yeah, I mean, you've got really great Shade the Changing Man's type of stuff in here, some Punisher stuff, a nice Deadshot cover on the back. This one does not have the interconnecting covers, but, you know. But yeah, and this one definitely smells the best.
Definitely best
this
smelling
week.
comic
Best
this
smelling
week.
comic of the week. But yeah, this one, if you already have it, buy it for your friends, because friends don't let friends not read Copra. Like, that's how it is. And
so we've got our cover of the week, don't we?
finishing it up, you want to show the cover of the week here?
Let's take a look at the cover of the week. We are so happy to see. Let's make sure we can see this without the glare. The cover of the week, it is another Mad variant.
Yes.
DC Comics are doing, it's the anniversary, 45th, 50th anniversary of Mad Magazine.
It's a long time.
A long time. Anyway, to celebrate, they're doing Mad Magazine variants of all of the mainstream books that they're putting out by artists of the usual gang of idiots. This one is Peter Cooper, who is the current artist on the Spy vs. Spy strip in Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
And it is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman number 19. Wonder Woman teaming up with the Gray Spy to use her magic lasso to capture both the black and the white spy. It doesn't get much better than that.
Peter Cooper.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's very funny stuff. Cool. Well, awesome. Well, thank you, Howard, for joining me.
My pleasure.
And,
Thanks for having me.
You know, hopefully Morgan's regions will, you know,
He'll recover.
clear up some in the week or whatever. But yeah. Cool. Well, thank you all. And don't forget that Free Comic Book Day is in about 2 weeks or so. So start preparing, you know. I mean, you're going to have to get here early. I'd bring some camp chairs, maybe a sleeping bag.
Go online, check out freecomicbookday.com.
See what's coming out. Yeah.
Make your plans.
Be prepared.
Plot out your route from store to store to store to come and get your best shot here and then visit some of the other stores in town.
Sorry, spread
And
the
if you're
love.
watching this from elsewhere in the world, check out your own regional local comic shop. I bet they're participating too.
Because everybody likes free comics.
Everybody likes free
Free comics. They're great. Cool. Well, see you all next week. Thank you.